Moonlight Madness. This is for air signs, sun, moon, and rising. We're doing this reading for today, which is the 26th, 25th of November. It's the day after Thanksgiving in America, which is really cool. And yeah, I'm actually just trying to make sense of a very important channeled message from a ring that I wear. I had to take it off because it was so intense. But what do? You wear a ring and you do psychometry, then you're bound to read energy that's old energy that is passed on, and this person's definitely passed on. So I've already gone into it in the first bit of this reading. Six of Wands is to do with success and victory, being in the public eye, making smart choices that bring rewards, success and public recognition. You're going to be on stage, on a platform, whether it be a platform in social media or you are on a stage. You may be in the public eye, you may be a celebrity. So for air signs out there who are actors or musicians, producers, people that are behind the scenes now have to come out from behind the scenes because people want to celebrate with you and throw a ticker tape parade for making smart choices and that bring great rewards. So you're going to have like a 1997 the Knights played, I think it was the Seahawks in Manly in Sydney, and they won. And I reckon this is what's happening. You've come through a really dark night of the soul, you air signs out there, and you've managed to come through it from the other end. I've got here the Four of Winter. Set aside concerns for now. You need to rest. Make a decision later. Solutions that come from meditation, the need for more sleep or vacation. Yeah, you may have been working really hard, and I don't mean just physically working in a store, working in retail, which this time of the year you get smashed. I'm talking about if you're a spiritual being having a human existence, that your downloads have been so intense that they've taken you off the grid for a bit. They've taken you ill. You've taken ill. You've had to go to bed because the visions were so intense. It means you have to sleep more. Find ways to release all that tension, whether it be through breathing, yoga, running, swimming, something like that. The Princess of Summer is in the past. This is a person that was your past partner, baby daddy. We've got here for some of them Scorpio, Cancer or Pisces, or it could have been a younger energy, as in they were a younger Piscean, because we've got the moon crowning you, so the moon is Pisces. This is specifically for a Pisces that was young at heart or very immature. They were very emotional. They lived through their life through their emotions. It was a new relationship or an emotional experience. A compassionate friend you can count on, or cry on their shoulder too. They would have been there for you because they were very emotional people as well. And they may have had a stack of romance novels by the side of their bed. The next card I got is life experience. We've got here the argument that you must have had with this past person. Huge fight, you blew your top. You may have had a very strong sexual chemistry with them as well, whether it be recent past or, because this is saying recent past, you may have had two Pisces men that you were involved with. One was like past, like 10, 20 years past. And this is maybe a recent Pisces that was like 7 years ago or 7 months ago, I could say for some people, that you used to know, possibly used to know them, and they had this magnetic attraction to you and you had this magnetic attraction to them. But you used to argue a lot because maybe they were too controlling and you left the building. Then we've got the moon. Now the moon represents to me, as I said, someone behind the scenes. It could be a producer of a film, a producer of a song, so a songwriter, producer. It can be an actor or a singer, or someone that uses illusion and I guess, how do you say, smoke and mirrors in order to distract you from what's really going on behind the scenes. So maybe someone's trying to distract you from what is actually going on behind the scenes because they don't want you to know. They're liars, they're compulsive liars, and their tactics are going to fall on deaf ears because I see you being victorious and coming out the other end with the Six of Wands. You're going to win because you were honest and they were not. They may be mimicking someone else that you might think that's real is actually not real. And you're letting go of worry and fear and understanding the truth of a situation. Then you have here, that's 2 sevens, by the way, so it's definitely a lucky break for you. You've got here the Four of Wands. Now, the Four of Wands to me represents moving to a new place of work, moving to a new house. Some of you, if you're, involved with a prince, you might be moving into his castle. Be grateful. You have much to celebrate. Deep feelings of peace, happiness, and contented personal life. So I put on the moon the black obsidian, which is very good for Piscean energy. And the one beneath it, the Princess of Summer, the last Pisces you had, I put smoky quartz. Maybe you just keep attracting the wrong types of people. There's a magnetic attraction, but little substance. The Seven of Spring, some of them could have had substance abuse. I'm getting strongly. Some of them may have had drug addictions, alcohol addictions. And Pisces does rule addictions and rules death and rules, the underworld. The Seven of Wands is talking about an argument. Be assertive, don't back down from what you believe. Courageously stand up for yourself, is what it's saying. Be a fighter. Go and do that rally. Go and picket with a picket along the lawn of the Parliament House when you believe that the Prime Minister or the people that are in power, supposedly the country, are making wrong choices. We need to stand up for ourselves like we did back in 2020 when we were in lockdown. If it wasn't for us picketing, we would have been in lockdown for a lot longer. So that's the fire, the passion, the vitality of a chameleon. Maybe you have passion and fire currently around you. You may have someone who's very passionate about you that doesn't come from this country that you live in, because it could be overseas. It could be a different country because you've got the world. He may be also on the World Wide Web with you. You may work together, as in you're part of a spiritual community, which we've got here with the Unity card. Do the right thing for the right reason. Compare traditional versus new approaches to see which works for you, a spiritually minded community. You may be a psychic medium that works in a spiritual community on YouTube, just example, and you're liking and sharing people that you currently work alongside with by recording content, and you may have liked and shared a person's profile, and they have actually secretly been in the background supporting you and liking and sharing your profile, and possibly giving you information on how to make your channel bigger and better by encouraging you. The world needs more encouragers, not critical people. There's enough criticism in the world. You need to encourage these young kids today that are up and coming through the ranks. Don't push them down and make them feel small and belittle them because they're 20. The kids today that are 20 are actually 30 because social media and the fact that they've got access to everything because of things like the internet, these kids are actually so much older than 12. A 12-year-old is like a 22-year-old. I tried to explain this to someone in the place that I work at the moment in retail. She wanted to get her daughter, who's 12, a reading. And she's studying how to be a tarot reader. She wants to do tarot. And I'm a psychic medium. I told her I do readings. I could do a reading for her. I work with energy. Like I could work with a ring of hers or something that belonged to her grandfather that passed, and possibly I'd get a download. And she said, "You don't think she's too young?" I said, "No. The most gifted people, psychics, are actually children. Children come to earth with all this psychic ability because they haven't learnt to disbelieve. They haven't learnt to disbelieve in themselves, because children are very, very psychic. They're very untouched by negativity and our crap that we put onto them and what we expect of them, or wish that we could live vicariously through our children. I never did that with my kids. I went, you do what makes you happy. If that makes you happy, I'm happy for you. If you're the garbage collector, I don't care. If you want to be a painter, a starving artist, I'll help fund it and support it. Whatever you want to do, I'll be behind you. But don't do some lame-ass job because of money. Money's not going to make you happy. It's just a better breed of happiness, is what one person once told me I used to know. But I no longer talk to because I don't like who he stands for. He was fake too. There's a lot of people pretending to care when they really don't care. And, they care about what benefits them, not what benefits that child, what that child needs in order to be a success. Instead of belittling them and making them feel tiny or making them feel ugly, you should be behind them, supporting them, not tearing them down. People that have to tear other people down to make themselves feel better about themselves, don't get me started. That's my entire family. I would not tolerate being told how to act, how to dress, how I should look more like them because it makes them feel more comfortable. I'm different because I choose to be who I am. I choose me. I choose to be me. I don't choose to be like you. I don't choose to look like you. I choose to be who I am 100%. And I'm not going to squash my light, hide my light, dim my light because you feel intimidated by that. Not my problem. Not my circus and not my monkeys. I know I'm getting on a rant here, but I just believe this needs to be put out there. The next card I pulled is energy work. Life can be electrifying because its very essence is energy. Your body is a remarkable energy field that will positively respond to loving treatments your hands and heart are activated to give healing energy to your loved ones and clients. When I was a beauty therapist and I was working for a big company and doing facials, it was an Asian company called Shiseido. I was getting so much downloads, if that makes sense, off the body, off the etheric realm. So esoteric healing is basically sensing someone's aura. So esoterically, I was picking up the aura, the person's spheres, what that person had been through, where their health issues lied. I could see all of it by massaging because I was touching. It's touch meditation. And if you look at the Ace of Cups, it talks about the five senses: sight, hearing, touch, and smelling, and seeing. So what it is that when you are in direct contact with someone's aura and they have let their guard down because they trust you, because you've built up a rapport as their beauty therapist, and I put in brackets quite strongly therapist, they're letting their guard down, which means you can read their energy. I once read a lady who'd been in a car accident. Now, she's supposed to disclose that before she had the massage. She did not. She chose not to because she thought it was too long ago, it wouldn't matter. But public liability states for under 5 years, you need to talk about it to someone if you're going to go and have anything done like a procedure, like a massage, because then she could turn around and say, I upset an injury that she'd had 5 years ago. So I explained this to her, that I said, I see you've had a car accident not long ago, and it's cervical 7, bone 7, whiplash specifically, can't speak. And she turned around and went, how did you know that? You don't know me. I'm a stranger. I'm pretty much, off this, just a person that's visiting you for a facial, and we've gotten to know each other through just you doing massage. I said, yes, but I also read people's auras. I'm a bit different to most people. I can sense what's wrong with you. I could sense what's wrong with my son. I can know when he's sick. I know what's going on with him at such a deeper level because I used to massage him and both of them because they both had insomnia and sleeping disorders and couldn't wind down at the end of the day like people that are ADHD like myself. So I used to try and relax them. But in doing that, I could also try and aid the problem area, which with my eldest son, it was the lower back and the intestinal tract because he was so wound up with anxiety. So now he comes over after work sometimes and I give him a head and shoulder neck massage and it calms his energy down, but I can then read what's wrong with his body and then suggest certain things to do and procedures to do or supplements to take in order to heal his esoteric aura. You don't realize you walk into a room, you pick up on everyone else's energy. And if you're so sensitive like me and my two boys, you go into a room and someone's had an argument, you could spot it a mile away. It's like reading, I call it reading a room. I can sense the tension. And sometimes I go home from work and want to be physically ill because I can sense how much anxiety is in the room at any given time. And the anxiety is built up from worry and stress because we're trying to achieve something, make a budget, make target, whatever it is, or the insecurity of thinking that we're not good enough because we're trying to validate our existence through our job, which most people do. Most people attach themselves to a job. I'm an electrician. I'm a beauty therapist. I'm a this. I'm a that. But a job does not validate or define who you are. It is just an occupation, a vocation, and that can change and shift at any given notice. I no longer call myself a retail worker. I don't call myself a beauty therapist anymore, but I haven't practiced for a while, or a pharmacy assistant because I've still got the training. I'm still currently undergoing guild training, brush up course, but I consider myself now, full-time, pretty much, I'm a psychic medium. From the minute I wake up in the morning to when I put my head down on the pillow, I'm reading energy, I'm sensing things, seeing things, hearing things long before they happen. Or seeing things, sensing things that have happened in the past because of the jewelry item I might currently be wearing. That was my dead great-great-grandmother's ring. So I'm getting all the stuff from aunties and uncles that have passed along. And then I dream about it and I see it because I'm attached to the ring. And I'm reading the energy off the ring. So yeah, I'm a psychic medium / psychometrist. And I can't do much about it to stop or change that. I can't switch it off. It's different. It's new. I've been doing this since 2018. I could probably date it back to that, before COVID. Saw COVID before it happened. The only person that believed in me was my psychologist, Melissa Clare, if you're hearing. I always talk about you very warmly because you were the only one that believed me. And then when it all went down in 2019, we're crying in the university because I was at uni. She's calling me. We're on the phone crying in a duo chat. She can't believe everything you said actually came true. I said, did you tell the right people, the right authorities? Did you warn them, the big people upstairs, like, in Parliament? She said, yeah, I did. I said, well, that's why we got the vaccine quicker, isn't it? She said, possibly. She said, but yeah, I had a little bit of doubt. I thought maybe you just might have had this hallucinations because you had schizophrenia. But now I realize it was actually the near-death experience caused an awakening that you have not been able to switch off ever since. And now I find it difficult to treat you, because I'm now dealing with not only that you have PTSD and other issues, ADHD, but you also are a psychic. So she's actually doing neuropsychiatry, and that's a new area that not many people have any experience in. And she was fresh out of college when I first met her. She was almost finished, but not quite. And now she's fully qualified. And I guess it must be really difficult for her to try to help me when I'm so psychic, and I can't really go to her for advice on what to do about the psychic visions I have through the daytime from 11 and 1. So the next best person I've got is, thank God, is the Rainbow Runner, where I get all my crystals from. Adrian's the only one I can actually talk to about this too, because he told me how to calm it down. And thank God to him, he's been helping me. Now, I also pulled the Green Man's Bride, and that's from the deck of the Fairy Oracle, Wild Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle by Lucy Cavendish. So the Green Man's Bride is number 18. Some of you might be born on the 18th of June, or 18th of October, or 18th of February, because this is to do with air signs. You may be looking at getting married. There's someone that's older than you, someone who is water or a Capricorn energy. They could be like a Scorpio with a Capricorn moon, or a Sagittarian moon, because there's a lot of fire in this reading. I won't lie. This is more like it's a 38. This is more like a fire reading, but it's actually meant for air. So if any cross watchers are here, some of this might resonate with you. Sacred union, maturing into a deep relationship. There may be a wedding, an engagement, a betrothal, a hand fasting or commitment ceremony coming up for two people who are in love and who are ready to take the step into their future as loving, wise partners joined in sacred union, extension of family, pondering children and growth together. Contemplating the direction of a relation in its future. When this takes place, the joy of the commitment between the lovers extends to fertility and to the land, the turning of the seasons, the marrying of the masculine and feminine energies. Blessings on earth and great joy amongst the fairy folk, for they rejoice in love. Now the balance of masculine and feminine returns with this commitment to honour the other, and to give and receive in love with honour in sacred space. Work with the sacred oil spikenard. When this card comes up, it represents the exchange and honouring between masculine and feminine, the sacred union of partners deep